everybody, and welcome to TV Gold. We have friends today, folks, okay? Not just furry friends that you might see, but good friends.
Yes.
Please help me welcome my good friends and newly engaged couple, Dolores Catania and
Hello.
Paul Connell.
Hi, everybody. We're in heaven.
Welcome to TV Gold, guys.
We are getting the best welcome ever from Biscuit.
I may not be engaged after this.
Oh, my God.
Somebody's stealing
You
my
got
man.
another bitch wanting you.
What's up?
Yes, so Biscuit. Aw.
Oh, she's so good.
She loves you, Biscuit.
She does.
He's good.
She must smell your dog. You have
She
a dog
does.
named Dog. Dolores
Yeah.
has a dog
I've
named
lost
Dog.
Dog to Paul. Paul and Dog have a very close affair going on here.
Paul, were you always a dog person?
I
or
was.
You were?
I was.
Okay, because I know Dolores is a big animal lover in general,
Yeah.
but dogs is like her special spot.
Yeah. No, I was always a dog person.
And you never had a dog before a dog?
Yeah, no, I've had dogs.
Oh,
yeah,
you did?
Yeah. But
His
not
whole
a dog
life,
like
yeah.
dog.
Not a dog
Not a
like
dog
dog.
like dog.
Oh,
Chihuahuas
okay.
have a different attitude.
Dog is a Chihuahua, people.
They're-
Yes.
And he never had a little dog. He had
Always
Rhodesian
big,
Ridgeback.
mad dogs.
You know, his last dog is a Rhodesian. They're bred to hunt lions. Like that's the kind of manly dog. Paul's a manly guy.
Hey.
And then
Yeah.
here comes me with my Chihuahua and my pit bull and
Yeah.
Well, I feel like dogs have to match their owner, right? So it seems fitting that you have a
Chihuahua.
big, like, lion-esque dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Connell.
that's what I felt.
And then it's fitting that you had a pit bull, Dolores.
Yeah.
And a Chihuahua.
And Jennifer,
am.
you have Biscuit.
I got a Cavapoo.
You got such a little...
Somebody that's
little funky girl
light
here.
and sweet and will lick you all over. Yes, that's my little Cavapoo
Aw, so
Biscuit.
this is what the treatment Bill gets when he comes home.
Something like that. Well, Bill is
from
not...
Biscuit.
So Bill avoids Biscuit.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Bill was much nicer with your dog at your house.
When
You
we
remember
were,
that time?
Bill
Yeah.
held Dog till like about 2
Wait,
o'clock
where
in the
were
morning.
we? We went to Black Coffee.
We went
did,
to a
yeah.
concert.
Louie and Teresa
Oh
got
my
us
God.
tickets to Black Coffee,
Yeah.
and we went to your house. Like, was it after the night? At the end of the
Yes,
night,
it was, yeah.
we walk into your house at the end of the night, and I turn around and I see Bill cradling the dog like a baby,
Like a baby.
and I was like, "Where is all this love for Biscuit?"
I know what it was. Because Bill is like a healer and a nurturer, and Dog looks pathetic. And Dog like is shaking like a Chihuahua
She
shakes.
does
And
have the worst breath in the world. So
she has 3 teeth left.
Aw,
and I
poor
told
dog.
Bill the story of how I got her, and that was it. So Bill melted, held her, and they bonded till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Seriously?
We went to bed late that night.
He didn't even let her go.
No,
He
and
carried her the whole time.
he did.
So in Bill's defense, it's not that he doesn't like dogs, because he likes dogs, he
doesn't
likes
like them in the
animals.
house.
Yes, of course.
But he grew up in Turkey where animals were always in the streets, not in the
they're
home.
stray.
Still, yes.
Still,
They have
there's
a
lot.
stray problem
yes,
in
they
Turkey.
do. They have a big stray problem. Biscuit is just going to town.
Biscuit's going
You
down.
love
Oh,
us,
she
Biscuit.
loves Dolores
We
over
love
here.
you.
She's
Everybody
after the
loves
double
Dolores.
Cs.
Oh, does she give a little kiss to Biscuit? So Biscuit is licking Dolores' face for those who are just listening. But then afterwards, when I said, you don't give Biscuit any love, and he said, first of all, I like dogs, but he's seen so many dog bites being a plastic surgeon
Oh,
that he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
jaded.
Does, yeah.
And he always says it's never really the dog's fault. The dog is an animal. You know, this is their nature to protect themselves, and sometimes in a way of biting. So because of that, he didn't want a dog. But having said that, he's like, I still like dogs. I just,
Bill
in
doesn't
increments.
have a bad bone.
No way,
He wouldn't
he
hurt
doesn't. Bill's the
anything
sweetest.
or not like something for no reason. Bill is just a kind man.
Thank you. And we're going to have dinner. We're doing double date tonight, dinner
Yes,
at my house after this
yes.
podcast. So I'm really excited
Shout out
about
to
that.
Bill.
Shout out to Bill, who's still at work. He'll be here soon, and he'll be here just in the nick of time when we're getting all relaxed. All right. So first of all, big congratulations on your engagement.
Thank
you.
you.
So you guys have been together 5 years?
Going on.
Not yet.
Not yet? Not yet?
No, believe
Oh.
it or not, like everyone put so much pressure on us. Like, what's going on? Not you.
No,
you
never.
did not. Never.
No.
You never once did.
I was always like, I've already been married once. Who would want to do that again?
and
Sorry,
Teresa
guys.
never. You and Teresa never did. Like
Sorry,
a lot
guys.
of people
You were.
did, but didn't. And but we weren't together for like people think we've been together for 10 years.
Well, I think it was slow. You were really reluctant, I think, to
Yeah.
bring him around in the beginning, only
yeah.
because of everything you've went through, having your relationships in the public eye.
Well, haven't we all gone through?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know that's like
And
rough.
then plus, he didn't sign up for this. Bill didn't sign up for this, but they get the brunt of a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And technically, Paul, and, no disrespect here when I say this with love, but you were still married when you were
course.
with
Of course,
Dolores.
yeah.
And the reason for that, which I actually know a lot of people who do this, they sometimes stay married because just logistically, it's a lot easier. Like, unless you need to get a divorce, sometimes it is easier for people to just stay married but live separate.
If both parties are fine with that, one doesn't want to rock the boat for one reason, and the other one doesn't want to rock the boat for another reason.
Right.
It works out like,
I
I
get
don't
it.
want to do this,
They
and
kinda
I don't
say-
want to give up this.
They kind of say if it's not broken,
I get
don't
it.
fix it, right? You don't have
Yeah.
to fix it because things are working the way they are, right? Until
So
obviously.
you never really felt the need to have to get a divorce until maybe you met Dolores,
Well,
yes?
until there's next steps that are going to be taken,
Right.
and in order to do that, then you have to do that. And I think he was ready, and so was she.
I always knew it was going to be a thing that it was going to have to happen. It just the timing was just not aligning. It was just like there was no need on either side. It wasn't like the big deal breaker. Like I just want to get away from you. Nothing that happened. So because we're cool, we're getting on with each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a new normal. You got to
Yeah.
make your
It
the
is.
rules are you make your own rules.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
big
Right,
believer
right,
in that.
Right. But, Jen, people make their own opinions. And
Like assholes, they all have them.
Yes, and you know what? I never was pressured by outside influence, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just, even when I was a kid, that never got to me. What other people thought never got to me. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
You have to make them decisions on your time. What that is.
You have to do what works for you. I feel
Yeah.
like in every
And
relationship.
everything worked out perfectly for everybody. So it was the right thing at the right time.
And how long were you married when you met Dolores? How long had you been separated from your
Separated.
married wife when you met Dolores? Because we don't want people to think
Yeah,
that it was
yeah.
like you guys had been separated for a long time,
for
years.
a long time. Yeah, years.
And Dolores
Yeah.
is not your first girlfriend
No,
during the separation,
absolutely
right? Okay.
not, no.
I would hope not to
No.
be. That was a long time to be with that one.
So how long was that? How many years before you met?
Yeah,
Dolores?
like over 12 years, over 10, 12 years, yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
long time, like 12 years
Yeah.
separated, just like when you lived together for 10 years.
We still acted like we were together because like we would go to like social events, we would go to, like our children were still playing soccer, we would go like as parents, right? As a couple, we would always have that image, but
That's
we weren't
important.
together, right?
Yeah.
And we worked really well together, so it was always like it's not that important. I had my life, she has her life and still has, and that's just the way it was. So it was easy. It wasn't why complicate. There was no complication. I actually felt at the time making it more stressful about getting a divorce was making it more complicated than it really was.
I agree.
And that's
I
the
agree.
truth,
Yeah.
'cause
You
that
got to
was
do
it.
what works for you. So everyone's going to be a critic. And you know what? People should learn how
Yeah,
to
but
navigate their own
I mean,
lives.
that's-
Listen, we
that's
know what we
people.
sign up for when we do this.
Yeah.
When you become a public figure, when that
Girl.
when on that Instagram hits public, it's a whole nother story.
The story.
And you get along good with his ex-wife
yeah, yeah.
now.
Very
And
much,
we all
yeah.
know that Paul gets along good with Frank.
Of course.
You have a new normal, and I think that's very important to show the examples because, not all families end up together these
I know.
days.
So, the kids get the brunt of that. Being torn on holidays, feeling awkward at school events, feeling awkward at events as they get older to have their wedding and have both parents that dislike each other in the same room. Somebody has...
That's got to be hard.
That's so hard.
That's
I'm
gotta be
thinking,
hard.
That's
when
so
you
hard.
think about that, listen, my parents didn't always get along. Your parents didn't always get
Right.
along. Your parents didn't always get
My
along.
parents still don't get along.
Yeah. But, the kids have to come first. It's always trickles down to them, and they deserve peace in their life.
Yes, because I feel the kids are always the ones most affected.
Yeah.
We're trying to live our lives here and we're trying to be conscious of everybody's feelings, but
Of course, yeah.
the kids get the brunt of it. But you need two participating parties for that to
Exactly.
work.
That only works if both sides are in the same mix.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out to your ex for
Yeah.
being so
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
and we know Frank is so
But here's
cool.
the thing: it's not easy. Paul's first really public is dating a housewife that
Yeah.
everyone
So how's
knows.
that going for you, Paul?
Yeah, that That was a hurdle.
Did
to
you
get
really
over.
did you know what you were getting yourself
No.
into?
No, I still don't even know what the fuck I got myself into. But that's good.
It's good stuff.
I
Let's see the
roll- I
ring.
roll with the
Let's
punches.
have a moment for the
I roll
ring
with the
because
punches,
you know
Jen.
I'm in
We
the
always need
jewelry
a moment
business,
for the
and we need
ring.
a ring. Dan, we're gonna need to get a close up on this, buddy. Like
I think
after.
it's dirty, but that's okay.
It's okay. I got a jewelry cleaner inside the house, baby doll. Don't
Oh,
worry,
there
I
you
got
go.
you. How many carats? I need to ask.
I don't know. I don't
People magazine said 11 carats.
Yeah, I
so.
mean-
Not the middle one is not. I think what's the middle one? 8. I think.
Well,
It's
total.
8. Yeah, total.
The
like 11.
total
Yeah.
11. Like so, it's 8 in the middle, which is a
Oh my
not a
God, I
normal
feel
size,
so
but-
sorry for you. It's not
Yeah.
11 in the middle, it's just 8.
Because you say
I
something,
said to
people say
him,
you're
"I want."
boasting.
Yeah.
He
That-
said, "What kind of ring would you want?" And we never really talked about specifics on getting engaged. We touched on it a few times, right? I said,
Yes.
"As big as you can afford."
Yeah.
Well, you did good, Paula. You did real good. And that's a radiant cut.
I waited a long time for that.
A radiant cut, for all those listening who don't know, is basically it can either come in a rectangle or in a square. And
Oh, you're in the jewelry.
Yeah,
I
so I'm going to
forgot.
give you a little. I'll give you a
Yeah.
little like 411
Damn. Yeah.
on the Diamond District jewelry. So. It's rectangle, which traditionally rectangle, a lot of people equate that to emerald cut.
Yes.
But emerald cut has no facets, meaning the facets go up and down and they don't catch light. Emerald cut looks gorgeous when it's brand new, but after a while it loses its luster, in my opinion, because it doesn't catch light. Then you have square radiance, but square usually is called a princess cut. Again, doesn't have facets like a round.
Right.
Usually round is the most expensive because it's the one that has the most facets. It's the one that retains its value.
What's a
the
facet?
most. A facet are those
angles.
little things in the diamond that are catching the light.
Oh, okay.
Like the little
in my eye. You see
trapezoid,
them in my eyes every day.
triangular
Yeah.
things that catch the light in the stone.
Okay.
So what you have is a rectangle
Okay.
radiant cut, and radiant is aside from the round, is like the best stone to get because it has facets like a round. So it will always catch light. So you did good,
Okay.
Paulie. Even if you didn't know,
You did
All right.
good.
you did
As we
real
say in
good.
Ireland, I fell in shit.
You fell in shit.
Yeah, there
Dolores
you go.
stepped in shit, honey. She stepped in it, honey. We big over here with Paulie.
Yes.
I've been following your journey. You're following the monks.
Oh my God, Jen.
Can we take a moment to talk about the monks?
Yes, we can. So,
Tell me about the monks. What are the monks? Because you just came back from Washington today,
yeah.
and you went to Washington by yourself.
Yes.
Washington, D.C. So
Yes.
let's tell everybody what
Okay,
have you been doing because
so-
I'm fascinated.
A few months ago, something came up on my Instagram about a monk who lost his leg in an accident, and it caught my eye. And, looking at it more, I was reading that a group of monks, venerable monks, left their sanctuary or whatever it is, temple in Fort Worth, Texas, to walk to Washington, D.C. on foot, 2,300 miles on foot to promote peace and mindfulness. Peace within yourself, to be mindful. And they were bringing awareness to this, especially with everything going on in the world today.
Oh.
The world needed it. This country needs it.
Yes.
And nobody was covering them. No one. And what happened was none of the news outlets, they don't have social media. They don't have phones. They have what's on their back, and that's it. They aren't allowed to ask for anything.
Wow.
It's whatever they're given. Some of them walked with no shoes until the walk started. So if that monk did not get hurt and lose his leg, and he got hurt because someone hit one of the cars that was escorting them, a police car, and it ran into them and hit them. And they also have a dog that walks with them called a loca. It was a stray dog while they were walking through India to bring awareness to things there. A loca followed them, and they brought him back with them.
And how many monks are these? When you say
I
they're
believe there was
walking,
like 18 monks walking. They would sleep outside when they first started, but once the monk got hurt and lost his leg, news started to spread. And as they started to walk, and they have social media, people started to wait for them. And
They gained a big following.
There were over almost 2 million followers
yeah,
now.
I saw.
And they started with nothing. They
I mean,
started
I
with
didn't-
nothing.
I didn't hear
102
about
days they
them.
walked. So they walked through the country, in the sleet, snow, rain. Some of them slept outside until people started to cop on, and then they started to have places to sleep. People started to give them shoes and clothes. And the dog also got hurt when that monk got hit. But the dog walked with them for a while and then had to get surgery.
What has the dog got on its forehead?
A heart. The dog actually has a heart imprinted.
It's the
a
craziest thing
natural
ever.
birthmark on the dog.
Are you serious?
It's a heart.
Oh my
yeah.
God, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
How long have they been walking?
102 days. And they have not stopped. They do 30 miles a day. And, you know, I got very emotional looking at them every day. Every morning I would wake up and I would see where they were next. And I would see all the tears that people would have when they would touch them, or they would stop to a sick kid on the side of the road in a wheelchair waiting, and they would pray and give the child a bracelet. And
what religion are they?
Buddhist.
Oh, they're Buddhist. Okay.
But, you know, they're not about politics. They're not about religion.
No, of course.
They're
I'm
all
just
about-
wondering.
Yeah,
Peace.
Yeah.
they're all
Peace.
about peace. And so
real peace, like
he
this.
cannot believe that the head monk could not believe the amount of people that showed up. It was unbelievable, and it would bring him to tears. He said, somebody had asked him what was his thoughts along the way and what stood out to him. He goes, the amount of people that would come and cry to me.
Wow.
When I would stop and see them and they would cry and they say, if it wasn't for you, I would have taken my life already. You gave me hope. So he said that stands out the most with him.
So was their final destination Washington, D.C.?
Washington, D.C., they walked to the Capitol.
And
the
were
Lincoln
you
Center.
there?
Yeah. So
tell us, how did you get there? Like, how do you go from
She's like, I'm
watching
going
them
to Washington
to
I'll see
being
you
in
when I get back.
Washington and crossing their path?
So here's what happened after following them. And I was posting for them because I wanted to help them with bringing awareness. A lot of people from my Instagram.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I did. That's how I knew
my
about
assistant
them.
Frankie and my friend Danielle Trulio gave me the map of where they would be, and they're like, "Don't you want this so bad? Just go." And you know, you get nervous. It's like I'm gonna go by myself. And I thought of you because I'm like, geez, Jen knows how to get to concerts and stuff, and you do that shit all the time.
I do.
I don't do that alone. But I
find a
said,
way.
you know what? It's something I needed to do alone.
I get that.
Because I would have felt uncomfortable if somebody else was uncomfortable with me and didn't want to be there.
Right.
So I would have been thinking, they don't want to
Yeah.
stay on this line. They
Yeah.
don't want
I would
to.
have tapped out after 2 hours. I would be
Yeah,
like,
and you don't want to bring someone where
Right.
you have to entertain them.
and even though when you
And I'm always conscious, and you are too, of how someone else feels when they're with you.
Yes, I am. I am.
She went by herself because she's like, I need to do this where I've got no restrictions.
But wait, I saw you walking. There were some people with you. Like, did you make friends down there?
Yeah,
She did.
so
Fucking Dolores.
So
I know.
So I
wanted to
just-
tell it.
Yes, the monks are staying in her house tomorrow night.
I swear,
I
they
would
may
like
be.
that. I was gonna fly them all home or something. I needed to.
Did you get
but-
to talk to them?
No, I was close to them,
Okay.
and you couldn't get close to them because along the way they started to get harassed, and they had like bodyguards around them.
Yeah, the
But,
negative
they were-
Nellies come
That
out.
is so
it's so
unfortunate.
Shit. People are shit like that.
They were
Really
I was
so
so close to
unfortunate.
them, and the energy from them, people singing. So I just showed up. Like I checked in to Four Seasons,
Yeah.
and I love it there.
Yes,
And
shout out to Four Seasons.
yeah, shout out. And I went to the desk and I go, do you know where the monks are? And she goes, hold on, let me check.
Do you know what the monks are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, geez, I thought I had off work. I was going to go. She goes, but I know where they are. Yeah. And I just took an Uber and went and found them. And I got right up to the front.
And do they preach anything? Like, do they say...
Preach mindfulness, peace. They said every day you wake up, you have to write down, today will be my peaceful day.
Oh, I'm a big believer in writing down things.
And then say
Turning
it to
them into
yourself.
absolution. Yes.
Write it down, think it, and then say it out loud. Today will be my peaceful day.
Today will be my peaceful day.
And nothing can come between that. So then I started walking with them, not thinking it was like 5, 6, 7 miles. I don't know how long the hell it was.
Oh, you walked 5, 6, 7 miles.
Yeah,
you
I
did.
just started walking. And I made some friends along the walk.
Yeah.
But there was this one guy who I was talking to. He was kind of like working with them.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I know you. You're from the Housewives. And
Yeah.
I said, yeah. He goes, my wife loves you. I go, like we always do. You and
Sure.
give me your phone. I'd love to
Yeah.
send her a video and
Let's-
thank her for
yeah,
her
sure.
support. So I do it. And I hand it. He's like, thank you. That's so nice. My wife's name is Maria. And then he comes over to me with this bracelet. And I never thought I'd get a bracelet from them. He goes, my wife told me to give this to you. They made this bracelet.
Wow.
From the monks?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
Isn't that
That's
so
cool.
beautiful? And I'm like, I won't get to see them. Maybe I won't get to touch them. I won't get, they handed out bracelets. They didn't hand out a bracelet like this. This is like the big
This is all
kahuna.
news to me because you just got back.
Wow.
So I'm hearing this.
So
for the
this
first
is
time.
good. I love
Yeah,
it. We're catching up. That's
yeah.
why we
Yeah.
needed to catch up. It's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
so long.
Yes.
So
yes.
then when they started walking, the monk was there that lost his leg. He's in a wheelchair. But you know what his mindset was? He was like, I'm very upset that I'm not walking. Could you imagine you get to do something so profound
yeah.
and then like 3 days into the walk, you get hit by a car? He goes, the day I got hit by that car was the first day I didn't walk. I walked behind. My leg was bothering me and they walked like in an order. He goes, so I took the last part because I wasn't strong enough to walk towards the front. And that's the day I got hit by the car. And if I didn't get hit, a lot of people wouldn't have known about this. So I'm kind of glad that it happened.
See,
but
that's-
he's
that's
young
such a
and now he
great-
lost his leg from the knee down. But he was there in a wheelchair. I'm sure he'll do fine.
Sacrifice.
It was a sacrifice, but their mindset, no material things. They're not attached to anything. You cannot be attached to any worldly thing.
And they probably live their life in gratitude, right? So
They live their life in
I mean,
gratitude and focus. They focus. He said the only time I stopped focusing and meditating was when I came off to the side to speak to someone.
Oh, they're walking as they're meditating.
Yes,
yeah, of
yes.
course. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's a long walk.
Didn't end there. So when my walk was over, they gave a speech about mindfulness and peacefulness, and they introduced themselves to everybody. And then my phone was dying. I didn't want Paul to panic if my phone died.
Right.
So I go back to the
You're
hotel.
with a bunch of monks. What
It's
can
the
I be
old
panicking
Irish,
about?
you know.
Yes, yes. So
She's with a bunch of monks.
I
What
went
are
to
you
charge my
talking about?
phone back to the hotel and went to meditate with them. But by the time because I charged my phone, I had to wait on a line of 1,000 people to get in.
Oh wow.
I never waited on a line like that before in my life. And I almost left. And I went to the back of the line. It took me 10 minutes to walk to the back of the line. And I waited and I said, if it's meant to be for me to get in, I will. And I made it in.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah,
you did
I
it.
made it in.
Well, you set out to
But
do
see,
it, and that's what you do.
If somebody was with me, I wouldn't have made them wait on that line.
I get that. I feel that.
And that's why I'm glad I didn't go, because I would have been that like dead weight of being like, oh, and she would have felt bad for me standing there and waiting. She would
Right.
have said, let's just go back to the hotel. Be seeing what we're seeing. And she would have wanted to see more. She would have sacrificed that. You know, so
No,
I'm
it's
glad she was
good.
not by herself, but I'm glad, you know, you were there and you got to experience that. Because she really was onto this. Every morning I was like, yo, bro, you relax with the monks. You're every day. You're,
Right.
you're like, with the monks, what's going on?
I remember like I called her and she's like, I'm gonna go. I'm like, do you want to do my podcast this day? She's like, I'm gonna go see the monks.
But
I'm
I'll
like,
be back for your podcast,
what?
Jen. I promise
What
you.
monks,
Yeah.
dude? Like, where are these monks? And she's
Yeah.
like, you don't know the walk for peace. And then
Yeah.
of course I started, because you know things
So
have
your
been
For You page is full of
so
monks now.
busy.
Yeah.
My life has been so
Your
busy
wife's
lately
life's always
because
busy. You have
I have
5
5 kids. Even though one's in college now, there's 4 at home, and just everything that's
Oh,
going
Bill
on
went
with
to
the
college?
house. No, but he's like a kid too,
Yeah, of
so
course
it's
they
like
are.
another kid I got to
Yeah.
take care of.
Of course.
So when I go on social media, sometimes it's just to like post and then leave it. I'm not
Yeah.
really watching anything. So
Yeah, yeah.
I was very interested when you told me about the monks, and then I saw the story, and then I was watching you down in Washington. It looked like you had some friends behind you, and I was like,
I made a friend.
Lois makes friends everywhere she
yeah.
goes.
Her
And
name
it's,
was Jenny.
what's up, Jenny?
She asked, "What's up, Jenny?" And she just started walking with me too, and we were holding hands. I gave her my gloves, and we made friends. And then I lost her along the way. Found her later on, and
just spreading
Dolores is like when you go to, like you used to go to a bar years ago with your friend, you'd be like, the guy that talked to everybody,
Yeah.
you go find a place for us to stand and talk.
Yeah.
See,
like
you
that
said
too.
that,
That's
you-
me.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are like
yeah.
that.
me and
I'm
Jen
the
are like
mayor.
that.
You
The
walk in,
other
you're like, oh, we're standing over
Yeah.
here with these other, we're like, how do you
I'll
some
talk
know
to
people
these
don't
anybody.
like this. Yeah, but a lot of sometimes it's a lot.
it's a lot.
No,
it
I
takes
like
a
that.
certain
But you know,
personality.
a lot
like
of
that.
people in that crowd. There were thousands and thousands. Not that many people watch TV. They were more focused on things. They weren't like.
Well, they're avid followers of the
Well, that makes
peace and
sense.
religion,
That
so
makes
There
sense.
wasn't our demographic,
I
Right.
get that.
which I'm
Yeah.
okay
They're
with.
not
Yeah,
watching that
totally.
and then going to watch what happens later.
I mean,
No.
I don't know if our
Like,
demographic is
yeah.
going to go follow the monks.
Not any of them. I didn't see
No,
any.
I mean, I think some of them need to find some peace,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
they should follow the monks.
They should be following
but
them.
really, it was all about mindfulness. And he says we cannot change the world, but our energy can reach other people.
Yes.
So
Amen.
mindfulness is a very important thing. They should teach it in kindergarten.
They really should. They
Wake
really
up
should.
and reset. That's the best way to look at it.
Well, I think we're definitely getting more in the zone now of people learning about how your words have power and how your thoughts have power, and
For yourself.
for yourself.
More
And it
than
really
anything.
is a mindset.
Yeah.
And you need to learn how to control it. And listen, we're only human. We're not like the monks, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
definitely are weak
They're
and meek,
they're
and we
not
fall
like
flat
humans.
sometimes. But the good thing about it is I feel like if you learn the lesson, and then you move on.
I think
and then,
they preach that too, yeah.
And then if you don't learn the lesson, I feel like God or the universe, whatever it is you believe in, will constantly keep teaching you the lessons until you get it.
Right.
Until you
It doesn't
get it.
give up on you.
No.
Right.
And I think there's like peace in even thinking that that's okay. Like that's normal, you know?
Yeah,
So I
sure.
love it. So
Yeah.
shout out to the monks. We love you.
Yes, thank
Preach
you.
peace.
Walk for peace. The venerable monks. Thank you for everything you did.
And boo-hoo to all you negative Nancys out there that are ruining the monks' vibe.
Yes. The negative Nellies.
The negative Nellies, Nancy's, all of that. So I wanted to talk about a little about Housewives of Rhode Island.
Oh yes, Jen. We'll talk. You'll like them.
Yeah, so we haven't been filming Housewives for like now 2 years.
2 years,
2
yeah.
years. And you did Traitors. Congratulations on that.
Traitors
that was so cool.
so amazing.
That was so
amazing.
cool.
Thanks for supporting that because I was gone for over a month.
I was
Yeah.
going to become a monk.
Yeah.
It was easy.
I got to call home once a week for 30 minutes supervised phone call.
I really
Once a
bonded
week?
with dog.
Once a week.
So does that mean you only get your phone once a week?
You do not get a phone when you get there. They take everything from you. You do not have anything to the outside world, and you are only allowed to watch what is on their station, 4 stations on the TV or 5 or whatever.
Are you allowed to bring a book?
Hey.
Yeah.
And how long is the duration of the process? Like, let's say you stay to the end. How
A month
long?
and like 10 days, a month and a week.
So a month
Like
and a
almost
week.
A month and 2 weeks by the time I got home.
A
I
month.
think it was, yeah. It
Felt
was
like
a long
forever?
time. Yeah, it was a nice time. It was a long time. But it was
When I called Paul to tell him I won, what did that feel like?
And actually, I mean, I was getting kind of curious because I hadn't heard from you. Because that time you didn't get your call that week because it was going on and on, remember?
Yeah.
So I was like, what's going
you
on?
What was
imagine-
going?
So we
Did
get a
it-
call for 30 minutes and she would have to fit like her kids,
Me,
her
yeah.
mom,
They don't
everybody in that
mess
call.
around.
Oh, it's
And
not
it's-
30 minutes per person.
No, and it's
No.
FaceTime. So someone's sitting in the screen as she's talking
So
to you.
you can't talk about the game.
Because like in
Got
case you're
it.
trying to give signals because you're on the outside. So if you get some information, then you would know something, right? So they're watching. They're very
Yeah,
very
because
scripted.
people go home along the way. What if somebody was sent home and then called Paul and
said,
said,
"Oh, Dolores is still there with this one, and she's
and
a traitor."
this is the traitor. Because
Wow.
you do
Right.
get revealed to find out who the traitor is before you leave.
Right.
So they're coming home and they could say who the traitor is, and Paul could be on the phone with me and go, "This one's the traitor."
So did you enjoy it? Like the process when you were doing it? I know some of those tasks were daunting.
I loved every bit of it.
Every
there
bit
was
of it.
nothing about it I didn't like except not being able to talk to people at home. But if you did that, you get distracted.
I get
You
that.
have to be totally
Yeah.
immersed in
Like
the game.
focused. Yeah, so that's pretty cool though, winning Traitors.
It
That's
was
like
so cool.
And then you filmed Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Yes.
So like
yes.
Real Housewives of Rhode Island, are you an official cast member?
No,
Like you get a
friend-
tagline or friend
I
of?
don't have a tagline.
Ah.
Friend of.
Friend of.
Some cameos, not like a full friend of. I didn't do any cast trips or anything like that.
Were you friends with anyone in particular?
Yeah, so there's one girl that looks like me on there,
Exactly.
Liz. I
Oh my
know.
God.
Look like each other.
No, but there's one where like
know.
when they talk both at the same
Liz
time, I'm
McGraw.
like, is this Siamese twins right now? Who
It's
is that?
Crazy. So I know Liz from the cannabis business because Frank's in cannabis.
Yeah.
She's the queen of cannabis.
You know I like me some cannabis.
Yes, I know that you think so. Her and her husband are the pioneer of getting it legal here, right? Am I
Wow.
wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why
Oh, I'd love to meet her.
yes, of
You
course. When
introduced me.
Frank
Yeah,
started the
totally.
business and everything, that's how. Like I want to learn more
He's
about it.
also an electrical contractor.
And he's an electrical contractor.
No way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
my
Paul's
God.
heard
This
of
is like
him.
a
Dolores and
parallel
Paul's 2.0.
universe. Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Paul's heard of him through that, and they've talked about business together. And then I know her from just like, and plus she loved watching the show, and we look alike, and people had always used to tell her. So when they did the Housewives of Rhode Island, and I guess she mentioned in her tapings that her and I were friends, we look alike, everyone's close. They had asked me if I was going to Rhode Island. I was like, you know what, Paul? I need a summer getaway.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor Swift has a summer house. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a summer house, but she has a house there. It used to be called Holiday House. And she wrote a song about it. It's called The Last Great American Dynasty. And it's like 11,000 square
song
foot.
Beautiful house.
It's about the Holiday House, her house that
I've
she
seen
bought.
pictures of her. It's on the ocean.
Yeah, I have it here. It's called High Watch now, formerly Holiday House. It's 11,000 square foot. The most
been renovated when we were there.
expensive house. It's the most expensive house in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And she wrote The Last Great American Dynasty. Apparently an heiress used to live there, Rebecca Harness. She was notorious for having lavish parties.
Oh.
And Taylor Swift, one thing about Taylor Swift is she loves the story behind something, you know? So she loved that this woman used to throw these lavish parties and everybody used to gossip about her and talk about her. And she bought this house and then she wrote a song about it.
Have
so
you
it's
met
really,
her?
I have not met Taylor Swift.
So
It
you're
is-
going to meet her.
I'm going to meet
You're
her one day.
forecasting
I'm
it.
gonna,
It's like it's
I'm
happening.
manifesting it. And not only
Manifest
am I
it.
going to meet her, but I'm going to make sure she is a fan of me too. That's like where I'm going to get to. Not just
Follow.
meeting her. We could just
Follow.
like
You're
make
like,
a,
yeah.
and because you can meet anybody and take a picture with any celebrity out there. It's not just that. Because getting to know her, you know, sometimes you hear about celebrities and like how they act when they're, you know, when no one's watching. And for me, that says a lot about a person.
She's good.
And getting into the deep dive of Taylor Swift, like knowing how she treats people when people are not watching all her life, throughout her whole career, she's always really put the fans first. And even, you know, Paulie, we were
people
talking
that
about
work
it
for
before.
her.
I'm
she
not a
gave-
big Swiftie, right? I was not, because I'm not. I'm a
Well,
guy,
you don't listen
right?
to
I'm
her
a guy,
music,
right?
Paul.
But
Yeah.
when, you know, I'm also a business person, but when I seen what she did with her people, I'm like, holy shit, respect to this person. Like, this is
It's
beyond-
unprecedented
yeah,
what
it's
she
cool.
did.
Like,
She
it's
gave
so-
all
She
of
gave
those-
everyone
Yeah.
a $100,000
So,
bonus.
so the
right?
thing is, what she did with her Eras tour is like, I mean, obviously it was iconic, but she had two stages where when she was utilizing one, truckers were taking the second one, like setting up the second one to the location because she was touring in different cities every week within days of each other. So you would think, how are they setting all
I
this
heard
up?
she went to the trucking company and basically bought them and said, listen, I'm going to make you own this business even bigger because you're going to do my show only, and made the guy like so successful.
I'm
Again,
sure
another
about
thing
that. And then
did.
she gave them $100,000 bonuses
Yeah.
to her truckers that we know.
Oh, wow.
In her documentary, she has a scene where she gives everybody a bonus. And you could tell she gave everybody the same amount. And she wrote everybody. And you know what she does that I love? She writes handwritten notes.
Oh.
She wrote handwritten notes to
That's
all
nice.
those truck drivers as a
That says
thank
a
you.
lot.
Do you know how much? When she's done with her concerts and she takes
Well,
off
they
her
were away
makeup,
from home for a full year.
she will
Those
write
truckers.
thank you notes to everybody.
That's important. That's old school.
It's
It says
really
a lot.
important. It
That
says a lot.
yeah.
So for me, like that's the example of who people should be aspired to be like.
And
Can I ask
she
you a
really-
question? What do you think you're going to do when you actually physically meet her? Because I know
She's
you're
gonna shit
like
her
a
pants.
super fan.
I mean, listen,
you gonna be- are you gonna be
I'm not
calm,
gonna be,
cool,
I'm
collective?
totally gonna be calm. I'm totally gonna
Are
be
you
calm.
really?
I'm gonna
You're
throw
gonna become
on
a fangirl.
I'm gonna throw on the charm. I'm gonna crack a joke. I'm gonna do something that's gonna make her laugh to break the ice because I'm sure for her, people coming up to her all the time, it's
And
like
they're stage. You're like,
she's,
yeah, they're stage
I mean,
fright.
you
You're
know,
like-
and also I'm sure with her too, like so many people come up to her all the time. Even Teresa, when Teresa told me that she met her at Coachella, Teresa was like, you know, do you know who I am? And she was like, yeah, she was, she's reserved. She's not, I'm sure she's very
She seems
outgoing
normal,
when
I feel
she's
like.
with her crew and her tribe. But she has to protect herself. I mean, hello, this is Taylor Swift. So
One
I
wrong
feel
word
like I
and
would
she's
be
done,
calm
yeah.
and collected when I meet her. I mean, it depends on like where we're at. You know, if we're at a party, I'm going to wear a dress that has her picture on it. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So I can get her. We're trying to get
Have
her
that
attention
dress-
over here.
Have that dress ready.
Seriously. So just
So
because
fucking
of such,
Teresa didn't FaceTime you with her?
dude, Teresa didn't even tell her about me. Do you
What
want to
the
know who?
fuck is
wait,
that?
do you want to know who Teresa told her about?
Who?
In the 2 minutes that she had with Taylor Swift, with all
Tell
the people
me.
that she could have talked about with Taylor Swift about, which mind you, she told me that the only reason she took the picture was because of what a fan I am. So I talked to Teresa Monday. So she goes, the picture goes viral, right? The picture goes viral. People are sending it to me left and right. I text her, like, did you tell her about me? Crickets. I text Louis, crickets, no response. But like, I know service is sketchy out there. And I'm like, I don't want to bombard them. I'm going to wait till they get back. Now, mind you, the day after she left, I had a birthday party at Patagra. It was the Me for Me era. It was a Taylor Swift themed birthday party. I called it the Me for
with
Me.
the red glasses.
I had red heart glasses, which is from her iconic
Yeah,
22 video.
Was I there for that, or did I miss that one?
You were definitely supposed to be there for that, but
I'm
I feel
always
like you're
supposed to-
always there.
No, I
so
think
if
you
you didn't
were.
come, but I feel like you were there.
I would have been there if I was told.
So
yeah.
there's Taylor Swift there. The twins were there, Jesus and Antonio with fur.
Yes, I feel like
So anyway, it's like the cake is Me for Me era. Even the invitation I sent everybody was Me for Me era. So, P.S. It's Monday, and I'm finally on the phone with her, and I'm like, okay, did you tell her about me? And she was like, well, I told her about Wes, and she looked at me funny.
Wes.
Who's fucking Wes?
Wes who?
That's what I said. That's what I said. Who the fuck is Wes? Now, mind you, this is right after she filmed House of Villains that she didn't tell me anything
Wes,
about. That
Wes
didn't
looks like
air.
him with the red beard.
So it didn't air.
From fucking Traitors.
Yes.
Oh, he was on Traitors too?
Yes.
So she did House of Villains with him. Mind you, she wasn't allowed to talk about House of Villains with me, so I didn't know who she filmed with. House of Villains did not air, so when she said Wes, I had absolutely...
So Wes is a friend of hers?
Wait.
He likes
So
her.
I go,
Yeah.
Wes,
Not as
no,
much as her.
Wes is her boyfriend's neighbor.
Oh.
Oh no.
She goes, I
So she
told
knew
her
him.
about Wes.
So
I
she
said
knew Wes already.
But Taylor
Wes
Swift
is Travis
Travis
Kelce's
Kelce's
Travis's neighbor. How
He
the
is?
fuck is Taylor Swift supposed to know about Travis's neighbors? I mean, it's one thing to even know about your own neighbors if you even know them. I only know
you
two of
should
my
have picked up
neighbors.
your fucking phone and did a FaceTime.
Stop
to Jenny.
causing
I
trouble.
think no.
right now.
I'm not causing
I
trouble.
think it happened so fast.
I think if my sons that don't really know you that well, they just know of you, like
Yeah.
from passing. If they met Taylor Swift, they'd be like, I gotta call fucking Jen Aydin.
You're the biggest
like, it's
fan
because
we know.
everybody knows you're like the
There's a
fucking
lot of
fan
big Taylor Swift
of-
fans.
Yeah.
So, in her defense, at the time, I was a new Swiftie. I was new to the game, and she thought that I liked Taylor Swift because of my kids. She didn't realize
that's
it was
fair.
for me. And she said, when I told her about Wes,
Okay.
I said it's her boyfriend's neighbor. She looked at me funny, so I was like, who the fuck
So
is
fucking
Wes?
so roll back the camera. This guy sitting at this game, that's his claim to fame is that Kelsey's his fucking neighbor? Is that how they
dude,
even came up in conversation?
Who the fuck knows their neighbors, dude?
I don't know.
two.
By the
way, my
I know,
neighbor is,
I know a few of my
yeah,
neighbors, and I love
yeah.
my neighbors, but I definitely wouldn't know like my boyfriend's neighbor if I had that situation. I wouldn't know that.
I mean, to do with Taylor Swift, you might not.
I know all the neighbors.
dating
Paul
Taylor Swift.
tells me, stop talking
Because
to all the
I said, I'm like, you know what? And you know what the funniest thing was? The first, how I started it with Teresa was I was like, did you tell her about my Taylor Swift themed birthday party? And Teresa's like, you had
What
a
about your shrine?
you had a Taylor Swift themed
What about
birthday
your
party.
shrine?
I was like,
This
Teresa.
shrine- How about every concert?
But she doesn't
Every
know
con-
Taylor Swift to
Yeah.
know the red sunglasses, so she didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Even Paul has
And
red
but
hard
Did she know who Taylor
sunglasses.
Swift even was? But she better.
She did. She did.
okay,
She
all right.
did. And I will say that she told me, like, okay, when Andy asks me about it on Watch What Happens Live, I'm going to say I only took it for you. And I will say since then, I have turned Teresa into a Swiftie. We were coming back from the Alicia Keys concert, and it was like Philadelphia, or was it Nicki Minaj? I don't know. Definitely, no, not Nicki Minaj, because we went with Melania and them. So it was just me and Teresa. We're driving back, and it's 3 hours. And Teresa doesn't like to drive, but I love to drive.
You love it.
I love
You're
to drive.
so good.
You want to go to Canada tomorrow? Let's go.
She drives
I'm
good.
a
She's a
driver.
good
I drove in Turkey. Like Michelle, my girlfriend Michelle, she was with me in Turkey. She saw me going up one-way alleys and little cracks. And I'm a driver. So we're driving home, and like I told Teresa, like, I don't mind driving, just don't fuck with me with my jam. My jam is a Taylor Swift playlist. You could sleep. I'm not one of those where it's like, if you sleep, I sleep. No. Sleep and don't bother me. And she would be
She's so-
sleeping, and every time a song would come on, she'd be like, this is Taylor Swift too? I'm like, yup. Yes, it is, sweetheart. Yes,
And
it is.
she could tell you the story behind every song. She taught me.
No, she-
I'm into
she
the
was
deep
telling me
dive of
tonight.
it.
She
I'm
taught me
into
the
the deep
Eras tour,
dive
what
of
that
it.
meant.
I'm into
I didn't know
the deep dive
Eras.
of
I
it.
thought it was a word.
Thanks so much for tuning into part 1 of TV Gold. Make sure to check out next week and stay tuned for part 2.